Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's another Arcade Attack podcast. But this one is a seasonal special, folks, for two reasons. But before I get into that and tell you what they are, let me introduce my co-hosts. First up, it's December Dylan.
December Dylan. I have nothing to do with December apart from Christmas.
But you've just been called December Dylan because it's a nice bit of alliteration, so I do it. We've got Chris Kringle Keith.
Hey, hello. I'm back from my last bout of dysentery, or whatever it was Dill gave me last time.
Oh, Kringley Keith.
But I'm back,
Yeah.
and I'm feeling festive.
Yes.
Excellent. He's already in the mood. And I've got of course, to my left, I've got the resident throw rug. It's Advent Calendar Adrian.
I like that.
The advent of Adrian.
Yeah. Okay. So those are terrible, but that's the best I could do. How are we, gents?
Yeah, not bad.
How are we? Are we seasonal? Are we feeling festive?
Very ready for Christmas. Very proactive, mate. Very proactive.
I'm glad somebody is. I'm not.
Yeah. Well.
Somebody has to be, I suppose. Our Lord and Saviour has to be over there. Guys?
I'm getting there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my Christmas break.
Yeah, that's it. The break from work, I think. Yeah.
I'll tell me, aren't we all? So, to get you even more kind of in the little sort of festive mood, and I know Adrian's he could, on another pod, may or may not decide to hijack me on this, but I'm going to get there first, darn it. I've got you a little Pwizzy. It's only something small.
Oh, okay.
I have for you some festive socks.
Oh, come on.
It's Christmas.
Yes.
Well, they are festive, but Keith, give us a bit of description.
Well, they're Grinch socks. So we've got a nice vomit green pair with the Grinch on. Got a nice white Grinchy pair and some nice red ones as
I
well.
love it. This is
Amazing.
We got 3 pairs in there.
Yeah, 3 pairs of Grinch socks.
I was thinking I
Perfect.
actually need more socks. So
Me too.
That's pretty good.
And I'm hoping you're between a 9 and 11 and a half. Let's hope so.
Oh, Dill's got a variation. You've got a variant. You've got the grey variant.
I've got the grey variants.
What have you got, eh?
Have you got red ones?
You've got the red and
green
grey.
actually.
Oh, I like the bright green ones. You're not having them.
Yeah, I quite like this.
So, Grinch socks, chaps.
Amazing.
Do you know what?
Thanks.
I know we said no presents. It's not really a present. It's a little table kind of gifty, poddy type socky thing. And it's kind of that running joke of dads get socks for Christmas. So, hey.
We really do. Thank you.
But hey,
Thank you very much.
that's all good.
Amazing.
Anyway, I said this pod was special for 2 reasons. Did I not?
You do.
So the first reason, it's Christmas. That's the first reason. Of course it is. Secondly, today's topic, and I'm pretty sure you guys at home work and here in the AA studio will love this one because I'm going to talk all about toys.
Man, we love toys.
Yes, chaps, the wonderful, magical, amazing world of toys. We grew up with them.
Yeah.
We dreamed about our faves and we chased our parents to get them for us. And when we got older, we continued to love them despite pretending at times that we were grown men and had moved on from that type of thing. But poppycock.
I don't remember doing that. I don't remember pretending I was growing up.
Some people have.
Yeah.
It's poppycock is the word I use for that. So I love nothing more than cracking open a new train set or remote control car one of my boys has just got for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And then proceeded to set it up and hog it for the entire day whilst they sat there and saying, Daddy, can I have a turn? And I'm like, yeah, you can. Maybe on Boxing Day if you're lucky. But we've all been there. So that's good. But let's get serious for a minute. I could honestly sit here for hours and hours chatting about great toys and games. But I'm quite sure you guys at some point would want to go home and go to bed tonight. So my focus is going to be on classic retro toys from our childhoods and how they shaped the landscape going forward.
Come on.
This is good. Get ready,
So
baby.
excited.
So get your nostalgia glasses on, fellas, and get ready for another trip back in the AA time machine to look at a whole host of old school toys and games that every kid wanted for Christmas. And in a Christmas special first, and because there are so many toys and great memories to talk about, we're going to do this in 2 parts, Dill, aren't we not?
Yes, we're going to do it in 2 parts, James.
And why are we doing it in 2 parts?
We do it in 2 parts because it's just nicer. And also because as an extra present for all you lovely people out there listening to this right now, we are now, as of today, going a weekly again. Yeah. So we are now your weekly hit of retro gaming stuff.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back again.
We were back tentatively, but we've worked out a way of delivering this thing weekly. Whether we'll survive the next year doing it, who knows? But
Could be the end of us.
but again, If you want to support the pod, you know where we are. Patreon.com/Arcade Attack.
Go for it.
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, spread the word. Tell your mates about it, and we're weekly. No
Absolutely.
excuse.
Get on the socials. And on that note, there's actually been a lot more. We've been doing a lot more activity on the socials. So we got some funky, fun TikTok videos, Insta stories. We've got a load of YouTube shorts. We've got loads of
We've
stuff.
got retro hunters now, but we need Patreons for that because we
Yes.
need money to buy retro stuff from retro gaming shops. So we need more Patreons.
There you go.
Yes.
There's the segue. It's amazing.
Thank you to our current Patreon.
Absolutely.
Yes,
But,
of course.
we will come up with. We'll give you guys a shout out next week.
Definitely. Shout outs are coming. So, 2 parts, 2 lots of seasonal retro goodness for your listening pleasure. We just deliver, don't we?
We deliver.
We should just be called the postman.
We should not be called. We should not be called Royal Mail or Hermes.
No.
But we should be called maybe DPD.
DX.
Well,
DPD aren't bad.
DPD aren't.
Yeah, some sort of
I
magical
would
UPS.
UPS. So actually, everything.
FedEx.
that used to deliver presents around this time of year, but there isn't, so we just have to be
No,
the Royal Mail instead.
Yeah, they're delivering in a UPS style.
I'll take it.
Other couriers are available.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my usual disclaimer as always, because I get comments somewhere about missing someone's beloved item that I forgot to mention. So if I miss any of your favourite toys, go nuts, scream at me on the socials and tell me how much of a poor host I am. Not least because it's a laugh, but also because it drives our post engagement on the socials. I wasn't supposed to write that. So yeah, anyway, chaps, on our journey, and as per our usual pod rules, do feel free to chime in at any point. Age, I know you don't need an invitation because you just hijack me anyway. And fill in the blanks I might miss or talk about your memories, so feel free. Anyway, speak of the devil, Adrian, would you kindly fire up the time machine, if you wouldn't mind? Ooh, that's a new one.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to take us back to 1985. Okay. I'm not going to say it, not least because it makes us all feel remarkably old. But Dill will also give me daggers as it dates the pod. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
You see what I've done there?
Thank you.
You see? So this pod can live in infamy.
We are evergreen. Come on, we're gonna keep this.
So 1985, we were tender, we were young.
Sure were.
It was the year the Goonies and Back to the Future first graced our screen.
What a bunch of movies that was.
Oh my God. My kids love them.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live Aid took over the world, raising record amounts of money for charity. And for our British listeners and viewers, EastEnders first aired. We also had the first mobile phone calls were made. The wreck of the Titanic was discovered. And both Windows 1 and the Sinclair C5 were released. You know, remember what the Sinclair C5 was?
Yeah,
The little bike.
driving around on it. I touched one actually.
Oh,
I touched one. There was one at Brooklyn.
Oh, the Motor Museum.
Yes. And I was naughty and I reached across the rope and I touched it.
Then I've got even with this story. You know the Eden Project. You heard about the Eden Project?
Yeah.
Well, they're very clever. They've got it so you really can't touch the kind of the outside of it.
Yeah.
But I sort of climbed up a hill, went round the corner, quickly touched it, and went back.
Whoa.
I know.
you naughty man.
I did when I was at the new camp in Barcelona. Put my foot on the pitch when you were meant to. There was a little string that was meant to stop you, and I just reached my foot under.
He's off the grass.
You're just out and out criminals, you two, aren't you? Holy, let's be honest.
These are memories, man. You need to make memories.
Absolutely. No, I agree. I totally agree. Well, to be fair, going back to the Windows 1 and Sinclair C5, one flopped and the other boomed. I'll leave you to work out which.
Yeah.
So the question I have for you, though, chaps, at the start of our magical journey is what were the hottest toys in town in good old Christmas of 1985?
Oh.
Now, go on.
I've got an idea. I think it might be He-Man, possibly.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah, any more suggestions
He-Man
before
still
we get into
here.
the detail?
Transformers.
Keith says Transformers.
Thundercats?
Thundercats.
I want to say a little early for Thundercats, but
Okay. So we got some good topics there.
I don't
So
remember any Goonies or Back to the Future toys, really, unless there was a magic DeLorean somewhere, but I don't think there was.
well, because I'm an old man here at AA Towers,
Cabbage Patch Dolls. Like that. Is that
Whatever you might
shout?
Keith's peeling the curtain back here. This is good. I like it. I think I'm the eldest here, am I not?
You are.
October 81. So I was already 4.
Yeah.
I was already 4. Keith's the
Already
baby.
4. I am.
Keith's the baby.
Still am.
I was already 4. But at 4 years old, I was in total meltdown about what Father Christmas might be bringing me that year.
Yeah.
So any guesses to the biggest toys in 85? You've had a few.
No, go on.
Go on.
Very popular toys. I'll tell you some populars, and then we'll kind of build the tension. Yeah.
Okay.
So some very popular toys and games that year were Care Bears,
Of course.
coinciding with the release of their first film.
Ah.
Yeah. We had something called Pound Puppies. Remember Pound Puppies?
Pound puppies. Yeah, I think my sisters had maybe one of those, maybe one or two of those. Don't remember pound puppies still?
No.
Bill doesn't.
Oh, there's little houses, isn't there? I think.
Yeah, they came in little dog houses. Yeah.
You've already mentioned it. Cabbage Patch Kids.
Ah, I had a feeling.
Were an absolute staple.
Yeah,
very,
they were
very
huge, weren't they?
popular. And also influenced a not so savoury collection afterwards of the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I remember. I love those.
Those so gross. Yeah.
The stickers, absolutely. We also had G.I. Joe. Now,
All
G.I.
American
Joe,
hero.
for years.
Yeah.
But still wildly popular. Yeah, still very popular. All those kind of war army toys, very much a staple in under the trees. And they all saw steady sales from from releases in previous years in different iterations and stuff. Board games, Trivial Pursuit took its place at the top of the board game tree. You had no Fondue and Baby Sham Party completely that one. Yeah. But the Christmas of 85 belonged really to two toys that saw record sales and interest. The first was the humble skateboard.
Oh wow.
Due to the release of the blockbuster movie Back to the Future, yeah, kids wanted a piece of the action featured in the film.
Wow.
And being as a DeLorean was a little out of reach, and hoverboards didn't actually exist, skateboards were the item of choice for kids and adults alike who actually fancied being a bit like Marty. Yeah, let's be honest, we all had a bit of a. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
When we saw him like with Biff's car and he lands in the manure, and it's like, that's so cool. You just wanted a skateboard, didn't you? But skateboarding absolutely blew up in the mid 80s. And then since it was kind of emerging already, but it absolutely blew up into the mainstream after Back to the Future. That was a big kind of springboard. And then there's all sorts of events and kind of skate parks and stuff like that. And skateboarding went on to become a worldwide phenomenon, still wildly popular, and now featured in the modern day Olympics.
Yeah, it's really entertaining actually.
So yeah, it is. It is.
I heard actually that Tony Hawk is going to open this is a true story by the way,
a
old age sort of retirement home for old skaters and old rock stars.
Wow.
Where they can like retire and still listen to the latest, but Nirvana and whatnot, and all the grunge music and whatnot. But
Amazing.
But yeah,
And there's like a little skate park with like nurses on hand and stuff.
it's quite possibly. Yeah, excellent. There you go, Tony Hawk.
There's my Google search sorted for later.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's retirement village. Excellent. But what do you suppose won Christmas 1985 in the Toy States?
Oh.
We've had some guesses.
For any other big films or anything that would have had toys from like.
Maybe Action Man, because that was still big.
No, that's not number one. They're above like G.I. Joe.
Action Man, again, it's on the list, but it was a good seller. It was kind of in the there was a big market for sort of the war toys, the kind of Action Men, the boys' annuals, all that sort of stuff. Very popular, always been popular since the 50s and 60s.
When I was that age, I was really into like big trucks. Wasn't like a Bigfoot or anything, was it?
Ooh, that's.
Or like the Tonka stuff.
I'm gonna say to you that you are actually 50% correct.
Ooh.
Hello.
But it's not just a big truck. It was a little known robot.
It's Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. And the Transformers.
Hey.
Let's face it, a robot that could change into a car, truck or plane was the ultimate must-have that year, with the vast majority of toy sellers running out before the big day and sadly leaving a lot of kids wanting. So this, of course, only fueled demand, and the interest reached fever pitch the following year. But despite the lack of toys to fill demand, it still sits firmly at the top of the 1985 toy tree. And it was the Toy Retailers Association Toy of the Year.
Toy of the Year.
There you go. A total of 80 figures were available, with 53 released in 1985. That's a huge range.
Yeah.
Adding to the already established 27 released the year prior. So it had become successful. It then absolutely exploded mid-80s. You had the TV shows.
Well, and then famously in the movie, which came out the next year, they killed off all of the main characters in the first half of the film, introduced a load of new ones so they could bring out loads of new toys.
So clever.
I mean,
Clever, but
marketing
also
genius.
scarred an entire generation.
Totally hard.
Yeah, just so they could bring out a new toy line.
But
Brilliant.
genius market.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, I know full well one of us has some of these classic figures in their collection, and we'll come back to that later on when we go around the table and share our memories and stuff. But we won't name that person for now. So onwards we march into the latter half of the 80s, and Transformers toys still marauding all over the biggest seller lists, as we've just kind of said. They were massive. But toys and board games were now the biggest business they had ever been. Stacks of movie tie-ins, TV show characters, and new ideas that came to market. So naturally, Christmas was a period during which many toy manufacturers such as Mattel, Hasbro, Parker Brothers, Fisher-Price and Colco relied to really drive interest and drive that sort of dream toy kind of fever pitch, yeah? And also the coffers.
Yeah, no, of course it was.
Oh yeah, the coffers.
So we tiptoe forward ever so slightly to the biggest sellers of Christmas 86 and 87. Now, I'm talking about the biggest sellers right now, but don't worry, I'm going to come back to a lot of the other toys afterwards. And you guys are going to share as well, so we're all good. 86, Rubik's Cube. Remember that?
Yeah, of course we remember that.
Yeah?
The song.
I was going to say, have you ever completed one?
Nope.
No, me neither.
Who has? Other than those speedrun guys on YouTube.
I like the flat disc one that was quite easy. You had to put the colors in the corners. I was quite good at that. And it basically 2Ds the whole concept of a Rubik's.
It does.
So that was pretty good. But the actual 3D-ness of it, no.
No.
I think I remember once I maybe got, so there was like one square that was wrong. And I was just like, so that's it. I'm done.
Kidding me.
done.
Are you serious?
I was like, yeah.
One square?
I was like,
That's
that's
great,
it.
but I'd
Never
just
again.
take the sticker off and re-stick it. Like, sorry.
I tried that once, but they ripped, and then that was it. That.
Oh, it's cube. And you end up with the most difficult Rubik's Cube in history, which is no stickers. So anyway, this saw kids frantically trying to sort the colours to match on each side of the cube, or with almost like
Almost,
you did,
yeah.
one left.
Just
But let's
put it
be
away.
honest, with little success and usually a tantrum or two. And have we seen what these guys do with these things on like these YouTube videos now?
Oh, yeah. They did them in seconds, don't they? Without looking.
Yeah.
There's a
Insane.
technique now, isn't there?
There is?
There's a yeah, because I tried to watch a YouTube video on it.
Is it just like a counting thing where it's like so many this
No,
way,
so
so
if
many
you
that?
like, hold a Rubik's Cube this one way and you turn it for whatever color you want to put on one side, then you flip the cube another way and then twist it a different way. But there's like a sequence to do it,
Yeah.
and it's apparently like it does help. So try that.
You listeners?
Try that very vague tip that they'll just you just hide it and then turn
It over and then turn it again.
Count some numbers and maybe try again and get to the bottom of the problem. But there's no denying that when it came out, it was enormous. Yeah. Now, bearing in mind, it is just a coloured cube.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was in like every single stocking going. Yeah. And they also came out with different sizes, different types.
Yeah.
Obviously, since then, it's still a big kind of Christmas staple because they're done in so many different formats. Dill had his little easy 2D one as well. So
Yeah,
good.
I like my two hero.
So a big hitter. So another big hitter of those 2 years that we're going to look at, and actually mentioned by Adrian. Remember what it was? No.
He-Man.
Masters of the Universe. Master. Such as what figures did we have? Come on, guys. What main characters?
So obviously He-Man,
Skeletor.
Man at Arms,
Yes.
Skeletor, yeah.
Boss Man, wasn't it?
Many faces. I had many faces.
You
He'd
had-
rotate his head and he had many faces.
Many
Love that.
faces.
Fisto.
Yeah. There was fist. Everyone else was
Fisto. Merman. No.
Ram Man.
No, he wasn't called Merman, was he? He was Seaman. No, he was going to be called Seaman. No,
We're going.
I'm not being rude. He was going to be called Seaman.
Back
They
in the-
changed it to Merman. I'm sure that's right because they couldn't have him called Seaman.
Not over here. You couldn't.
No. There was loads.
There were loads, and initially you obviously had the big hitters: He-Man, She-Ra, Skeletor.
Yep.
And you also had He-Man's tiger sidekick. Now, for bonus points,
I know.
I will take either the pre.
I'll let these go.
All right, let these guys have a guess. The pre or post transformation, and which was also available to buy. Either name, chaps. Dill or Age. This.
Come on. Come on. So if I tell you that before he transforms, he's very cowardly.
Dill, do you think it begins with an M?
Yes.
Correct. Adrian.
Clive.
Closer.
That's close.
Closer. The first letters. First letter. First letters right.
A cat or something. No,
You're getting closer to his. Yeah.
Come on, Keith, put us out of our misery.
Cringer
Yes.
and Battle Cat.
I mean, what was Skeletor's equivalent cat? Didn't he have one as well?
Did he have like a? I don't know.
Scary cats or
Purple panther. I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
That's another Google search. I need to start a list, don't I? I got my evening's going to be full up. So, odd fact actually about the Battle Cat toy is that I saw, this is so random. I saw one for sale last year. It must have been around Christmas in a garden centre. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a garden centre it's about 20 minutes from us called Pole Hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive garden centre. They've got it's like a department store basically. You go and they've got a massive toy department. Wandering through as you do with the kids, they were looking at bits and pieces, la 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 la. And yeah, on one of the shelves, right on eye line, was three different Battle Cat models.
Amazing.
And I was like, no way. And I literally was right there. I was like, I could get one and put one on my shelf because that would be just awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, A, it's a bit too big. B, I don't need it. And C, I could maybe ask someone else to get it for me. But no, I just couldn't. A garden centre of all places. But there we go. So, despite the animated show running from mid 1983, I didn't realise it was that far back.
Yeah.
To the end of 85, the figures and associated buildings, Castle Grayskull, of course,
Castle Grayskull.
were extremely popular long after it finished airing on TV. Now, of course, the 1987 feature film with Dolph Lundgren helped reignite interest. I say reignite.
never watched it.
You never seen it?
I think it's a pretty good film, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I've got time. Yeah, I think it's all right.
There's aspects to it that are good. Frank Langella is really good at Skeletor. He's different from the cartoon Skeletor. He's a little bit less camp.
He's chilling.
He looks scary, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But like, is Courtney Cox in it?
Yeah, she
is, isn't she?
Yeah.
And then the weird like dwarf guy with the orange beard.
Gwildor.
That's it. And but also they're in our world instead of in Eternia, which is But Dolph looked the part. Can't say he didn't look the part.
Come on.
Yeah.
Didn't he just? But I mean, it didn't do that great.
No.
And it almost became like a bit of a so bad it's good type thing. It
Yeah.
was a bit of a cult release.
It didn't really have a lot of connection with the cartoon.
No, which is personally, I like it. I think it's quite a quirky, fun film, and it's quite different to the other stuff that was around at the time. But there we go. I actually quite like it. But fun fact about the film, just quickly, Dolph Lundgren was going to be dubbed for the whole thing, right? He was literally going to have taken out the whole thing in terms of the audio, as he kept messing up his lines. And the director got fed up. But he had it written into his contract that he had 3 attempts to get it right.
Oh.
So thankfully for him, on the 3rd try, he managed it correct.
If he tries, he tries.
Come on.
What would an A podcast be without some sort of Rocky reference? I mean, Dolph Lundgren's a Rocky reference anyway, but so back to the toys. But that's how popular the He-Man universe was.
Yeah.
And long after it finished airing on TV, they still sort of remained quite popular. Yeah. And now, obviously, massive collector's items.
Oh yeah.
And they're reproducing Battle Cat again.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah, they've done reissues of everything. It's
So
crazy.
back to more toys and the most memorable and heaviest hitters. So we've already had some big power punches there, but we're moving up a gear now, and the heaviest hitters of 86 and 87. So to help jog those memories as to what they might be, it just so happens that I have a copy of a few pages of a Toys R Us catalogue. And gentlemen, they are next to you, so feel free to have a little leaf through whilst I go through some of this to see if it jogs any of your memories.
Oh, wait a minute. I see some video games. This is not with. We can't talk about video games.
Oh no! How dare he reference video games? What are we? Some kind of retro video game pod or something? So yeah, it's a copy. This particular copy you have here is the 1987 Toys R Us catalog. Now it is only a few pages, and I had to do some very quirky editing to get it so you could actually see the numbers.
So awesome. Definitely keep it.
But they're yours to keep. And I found a very, very interesting website that has quite a few copies of these, actually.
Is this British one or Americans?
That's a very good
Oh
question.
yeah, because there's no pound or dollar sign, is there, next to the prices?
If it's dollars, it's very cheap. I feel like
I think it may be the UK one.
Yeah, it must
I feel
be.
like it might be the UK one. So yeah, from 87. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to.
But I'm sorry, but to be fair, the Talking Alf. I really want the Talking Alf. He's back.
In talking form.
Talking form. Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, I remember those days.
Get that childhood nostalgia turned up to 11. These are yours to keep, so you can go home and show your respective nippers.
You can get the NES.
Go on, Dill. What can you get?
You can get the NES big bundle with Rob the Robot for 140 quid.
But that's the 2 controllers and the
That is a
zapper and the zapper as well.
Yeah, look at that. That is a bargain.
Happy days.
But look what else you can get, Dill. Master System power base with whatever game that is, and 2 controllers and the light phaser for $99.99.
Toys.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's
You could almost think we were gaming.
It's okay. It's okay. We're allowed with
It's mad that the Master System was out then, because obviously I
87.
got it in 1990, and my dad paid about the same.
Yeah.
I got it in 91.
And I think we got ours in 87 or 88. So
I got mine
we
late.
probably played the same as your dad did, like 3 or 4 years later.
I should have got Mega Drive. But anyway, that's another.
That's another story.
There we go. So you can have a look through some of
Oh,
those.
Dill, NFL
wonderful
Super
toys.
Bowl electric football.
Yes, please.
Have you ever seen those? I think they're the ones with the vibrating thing and the players kind of.
Oh, those?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those.
I'm glad to be of service, chaps. This is lovely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, and they're not in here, I don't believe.
Okay.
I don't think they are. You can tell me I'm wrong if needs be. But we had some of the absolute Goliaths of 86 and 87. We had a game called Laser Tag,
Yes, I had that.
which was a creation by a company called Worlds of Wonder.
Yeah.
And this was originally from 1986, huge in both the US and the UK and around Europe, absolutely massive. And it saw kids being able to take aim at each other with the toy laser guns. What did you do, Keith?
So you had
Building
it had like a receiver that you strapped to your chest,
Yeah.
like a light beam
Because they
receiver.
ripped it off afterwards.
They did, yeah. And you had your black light phaser, and beep, beep, and it was like the precursor to like Laser Quest and Quasar and.
I mean, what a game.
Yeah.
What a game to
Well, if I remember rightly, though, the set that we got, it was one gun and one chest thing.
So-
And so most kids, like, we weren't rich enough to buy another one, so someone had to basically run while the other person was trying to shoot them.
They had to be the target.
And they would just cover it up. So, but still,
That's cheap.
it's not in the spirit, is it?
Or
But,
no back to you.
right, yeah.
I found an Atari 2600 here
Yeah, good price.
for 50 quid.
I'm trying to
face it.
get rid of them in 1987.
8-bit was in fashion, wasn't it?
No, it's just even in 1987, open till midnight. It says across the top.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
What? I mean, you think that was a more sort of
Bit more
modern thing?
recent, yeah.
But it's actually not. So also from Worlds of Wonder, or
Mm.
you continue to soak up the excellence, and at the top of the list of a lot of countries, this was, and I believe it's featured in the catalogue there, was good old Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah.
See Teddy Ruxpin on there?
Because he had a cartoon, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He was a bit lame, wasn't he, Teddy Ruxpin?
Little.
Well,
To be honest.
lame he might have been. He was actually on the bestsellers list for 3 years
In your face, Adrian.
between 85 and 87.
Yeah. Teddy Ruxpin tells stories and sings
Yeah, he was.
with cassette and storybook.
Yeah, this was insanely popular. If you look up, and this is well worth, because it's a real dark horse, you sort of think, hang on a minute, Teddy Ruxpin, oh, that's cute. You go on and look up the performance of like how many that was sold.
Yeah.
Insane.
It must have been big because what you've got here, you've got Teddy Ruxpin storybook cassette set, $39.99, and right next to him, baby Teddy Ruxpin, $39.99. And it's just the same Teddy but smaller, and it's the same price.
You get less, but you pay.
Why is Alf almost twice the price? That's what I want to know.
Storytelling Alf,
tells you stories.
America's favorite alien. It's really blurry. Telling funny stories. $69.99.
It says, if you own a cat, please do not buy this toy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money in 1987. It's 70 quid for a talking Teddy.
This is just what it
Aliens,
was.
I think.
Those,
Yeah,
those,
talking alien.
them
Seven.
the prices in them.
Well,
you know?
Teddy Ruxpin had the last laugh. World of Wonders is the toy company because they netted an eye-watering $800 million in back orders for laser tag and Teddy Ruxpin.
Wow.
So back orders. This wasn't even what they had sold. This was stuff they hadn't yet realised. For the Christmas period in 1986. $800 million. Yeah, literally eye-watering. So they were balling, and not only that, they'd now become one of the sort of premier sort of toy distributing companies, and their name was out there big time. Now, these two toys are even more significant due to a certain small startup company that approached World of Wonders to strike a bit of a deal to use their advertising and distribution network. Such was its reach and influence, as we've just said. The startup in question was called Nintendo of America. So the item to be advertised and sold was the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, retailers, naturally, were supremely suspicious of the term video game and simply shot down the suggestion of stocking a new video game system, given the crash in the market just a couple of years earlier, or a few years earlier. But World of Wonders used the success of Teddy Ruxpin and laser tag as leverage, basically, and they forced the retailers to promote the stock of the NES. They were told, and I quote, "If you want to sell Teddy Ruxpin and laser tag, you're going to sell the Nintendo as well. And if you feel that strongly about it, then you ought to just re-sign the line now." Wow. They were actually, that was it. So World of Wonders obviously were absolutely at the top of their game.
Yeah.
They were selling toys hand over fist, making stacks of money and influence. And they told the retailers, well, that's fine then. If you don't stock the NES, we'll take off our two biggest toys. What would you do? You'd stock the NES, right? I mean, can you imagine if they hadn't taken that chance and taken such a hard line and been so forceful? You know, it's an interesting story. I'm not going to go into it too far, but just why they did it and why they took a chance. What a punt.
Do you not think, though, they should have made like a NES game with Teddy Ruxpin with laser beams? Platformer.
Laser Ruxpin?
Yeah, I'd play it.
Make it.
Do you know what also looks super familiar on these pages? On the one with all the keyboards on, that beige tape recorder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That
on
looks,
the hand.
yeah, that looks super familiar.
Yeah, that one is definitely.
Yeah.
So I would say yay for World of Wonders in that respect.
For them.
1987, Dill's already mentioned it. Saw my favourite retro console, which is the Sega Master System, which reached UK shores in August of that year, although it sold in its highest numbers in the following few years. So it therefore goes without saying then that even though I'm not specifically talking about consoles on the pod, Dill,
I just like that set is the same as mine, but it's not got the game built in. That's what I really like about this. The Safari Hunt Hang-On is the cartridge, and I've never seen a Safari Hunt Hang-On cartridge in the flesh. So that would have when I got that, but no, I've got a stinky built-in one that I didn't even know I had it.
No, neither did I.
Afterwards.
No, I didn't either, and it surprised me one day when I knocked the power off, and I was like, huh? So I'm sorry I couldn't get you one, Dill, but I've got the next best thing, which is a picture in a catalogue.
Thank you.
So
it's just as good.
Soz. So there we go. And I mean, it would be kind of foolish of me not to mention the kind of consoles around at the time. We're not going to give you too much attention because we're going to go back to the toys. But I mean, they had such a massive impact, on ours and other kids' sort of present wish lists, as it were, especially around the Christmas time. So it'd be a bit remiss for me to not talk about them. So on that note, if you'd like to have a wander down memory lane with us talking about our console Christmas gifts we received for the big day, you can just do that by going onto our back catalogue and listening to our previous pods.
There's a guitar they call the Terminator guitar.
He's still on the catalogue, ladies and gentlemen. He's still in the catalogue. What is it?
The Terminator, not Synsonic
Terminator guitar.
Kill people with your riffs.
I'll be bass.
I'll be bass. Yeah.
I'll be bass.
Oh God! So Dill,
I'll be bass.
where can they find our previous festive pods where we talk all about our games console memories?
Just go to arcadeattack.co.uk/podcast. Yes. Please not go to arcadeattack.co.uk, the homepage, because you'll see lots of sponsored stuff that pays our bills because we haven't got enough Patriots. So let's sign up.
Podcast page.
Yeah, Scrooge. arcadeattack.co.uk/podcast. And you can have a little look at our last 100 episodes or something. And if you use the search engine on the site, if you search anything retro gaming that you like, you'll probably see that we podcasted about it.
Definitely.
Sure.
And our previous festive pods as well, if you so wish. So to close off the 86-87 era for the big hitters, and we will revisit a little later on, so don't worry too much if I've not mentioned your faves just yet. There was one more huge movement in toys that was taking place away from the previous safe lines of army and war toys, cuddly bears, brightly coloured cubes, etc., etc., etc. The new kids on the block were wrestling figures. The WWF, as it was then, not anymore, I don't want to get sued, had grown enormously in reach and popularity with the likes of Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, and of course Hulk Hogan, among many others, almost being worshipped in a new type of celebrity status. The company LJN manufactured highly realistic rubber figures of the popular superstars, which were in seriously high demand going into the late 80s, raking in millions of dollars in the process, both in the UK and in the USA, among a host of other territories, as the WWF influence grew and grew. Did we have wrestling figures? I know someone that has. I'm not going to say who they were because we'll come back to that. So it's the same person that might have He-Man stuff as well on the front of there.
Well, I never really watched the wrestling because didn't have Sky or anything. I did watch WCW, and I did have some people did give me various WCW
Nice.
wrestlers. Couldn't tell you who they were because obviously they weren't as popular as.
Did you have Sting? You must have had Sting with the face paint.
Yeah, Sting with the face.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Steiners.
And maybe
Yeah.
and maybe another guy who looked a bit like what's his face from Streets of Rage 2, the one that like runs up you and go boom, and then just does that, and you can't hit it with your ball because he busts out of it.
Oh,
Matt
that Ultimate Warrior guy.
Ultimate one. I know.
That was WWF.
But there was another WCW ripoff of
Oh, okay,
but
probably.
I had that.
Okay.
So whatever. That
They were harsh rivals. Streets Warrior.
That was age joke. That was age joke.
Take it.
So, Age, do you have any?
I think I had the odd one. A couple of characters. I think Jake the Snake. I think
Yes. Yeah.
brother Chris had Jake the Snake.
Nice.
But I was more into other figurines at that time that were green.
Yeah. We'll come back to that. So we'll
bear with
to that.
the
We'll come back to that.
He almost torpedo.
Aid loves Incredible Hulk. Wait till he goes talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I had some, James. I know you're looking at me. I had loads. I had the ring and everything when it came out.
Oh,
And it had a little thing with sound effects next to it for the bell and everything. But yeah, I had the whole selection: Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and his little kilt. Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior one, which did the press. They all had a little movement that they did. Yeah, Jake the Snake, Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man.
Oh.
What I always remember though is the same with a lot of the toys. When you actually went to like Toys R Us or the shops, they were always sold out of the ones everyone wanted, but they always had loads of like Brutus the Barber Beefcake or Honky Tonk Man. Like I don't want Honky Tonk Man. Yeah. Where's Undertaker? I don't want a Honky Tonk Man. Stupid Elvis ripoff guy.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually had quite a few.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I've still got these knocking around in the old parents.
I think mine are all gone, sadly.
Yeah, I don't know if I have. I think I might have from years ago, but I don't know. So we're going to do.
I distinctly remember, like when I was a kid, like you know the big sweet jars you get in newsagents, the ones they have behind, where you want like I'll have this many of the. I had like a big, massive one of those filled with my action figures. Just wrestling figures. Just all the
wrestling figure jar.
Yeah, jar of wrestling figures.
Yes. and let me guess. You never played with the ones down the bottom because you just think.
No, I can't reach. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, so wrestling, they were massive.
They were.
That was one of the other kind of. They landed on the scene and they just like were an immediate success because essentially as soon as they released the figures, the WWF had already been screening lots and lots of sort of content.
Yeah.
So ploughing on into the very late 80s then and looking at the changing landscape in the market and what was hot in 88 and 89. One brand that took the market by storm that year, mainly due to its extremely popular TV shows narrated by Bernard Cribbins. Anyone? Bernard Cribbins? We're not talking action. We're talking very chill.
Hold on.
We're talking very...
Yeah, Cribbins.
We're talking very unisex. We're talking very accessible, very, very... cute, I would say, even.
Oh, is it a British thing then? Or
I'll come back to that because it is quite complicated.
What's it called again?
Roundabout, that was earlier. That was much earlier. Shall I tell you?
Go on, the Sylvanian family.
oh, okay. Now more
this
for
is
my
a whole-
sister that one.
This is a whole Teddy Ruxpin movement, though, because Asia's going to go, well, they were very good. I don't know them. They were absolutely massive.
They were everywhere. I do remember.
And they were Toy of the Year, I think, 3 years running. At least 2, maybe 3 years.
Interesting, though, isn't it? Because it was quite an old-fashioned thing
Very much.
for the late 80s. Like, Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Mm.
Miniature humanoid animal figures,
Yeah.
and that had houses, gardens, and all the kit to go with them.
Were the figures furry?
Yes.
They were, weren't they?
They're like
Fuzzy.
a suede type.
Fuzzy, yeah.
Like a suede figure. Yeah, houses, gardens, everything to go with them. And it was like a new type of doll's house with a cute animal twist. Massive commercial success, given the accessibility. I would say both boys and girls, more of a girls thing at the time. But accessible to both, and to enjoy the sets. Now, interestingly enough, Sylvanian Families is actually a Japanese invention.
Is it really?
It is.
Did not know that.
No, neither did I. And I, on my kind of deep dives into the rabbit hole, found out that it was originally launched in 1985 by the toy company Epoch. So the initial line included a house, furniture, and 9 different animals such as bears and rabbits. It came to the UK and quickly became a Christmas present must-have for kids. Such was and is the popularity of the toys that they are still one of the most successful lines in toy history, with new buildings, vehicles, and settings produced to this day. And if you do go to sort of a department store type thing and you go to a proper toy department, they're invariably got a big display there. So, yeah.
So was it a cartoon as well?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, that's
so I don't really remember that. I remember the toys being around, but I don't remember seeing a cartoon.
A lot of them had, it was a weird, when doing this, it was weird because you either had a cartoon and then very, like immediately afterwards a toy range.
Oh, yeah.
Or you had a toy range immediately following that cartoon. So they kind of played off of it. And it makes sense, doesn't it? You know,
of course,
if you got a successful cartoon, you make the figures.
Or if you're Rambo, you have a successful film. Then you have a cartoon, then a toy. Very toys. So if you're RoboCop, you have
have a really violent, successful film.
There's a
and then a cartoon and toys.
And if you have Terminator, a really successful film, and then a cartoon.
Toys. Yep.
So should we move away from the cute?
Go on.
And we'll go for some kick-ass, shall we? We'll go for the downright kick-ass. Let's talk turtles.
Yes.
Let's talk turtles. So, produced by Playmates Toys for the first time in 1988. They arrived through a bit of a risk actually taken with a very cult comic book that then received an animated TV show that then exploded and became an entertainment phenomenon because of a license agent called Mark Friedman. He took a chance on this and was like, I like it. It sounds good. It's a bit wacky. It's a bit weird. It's talking turtles. It's kind of, hey, they live in a sewer, pizza and all this jazz. He loved it. And he was like, right, I'm going to put some money into this. And, well, rest is history.
If you want to learn more, we talked about that series on Netflix, you know, the films that made us, was it? Or the movies that made us? There's a really great series called The Toys That Made Us on there. And they've done like Transformers, Barbie, and there's a Turtles one as well.
Nice.
And that's really interesting. It tells you all the story to all that. So check it out.
There's another thing on my list. There's 3 things. We haven't even done the first half of the pod, yeah? So, phenomenon indeed, because between 87 and 91, Playmates sold more than 1.1 billion of Turtles figures. So they started producing them, obviously, in 87. They then landed and basically had the proper commercial license and investment. But $1.1 billion worth of Turtle figures.
It's insane.
That's insane. Making them one of the highest sellers of all time that decade.
Before that as well, Playmates were not a particularly big toy company.
We're not. There we go. Age.
I've got some memories about Turtles. Can we talk about them? We allowed to?
I was hoping in future to do a Turtles pod with the movie and the game. And so how you
A snifter.
All right, you got a minute.
don't give us all your stories.
Well,
Save some.
story.
Give us a good turtle story. Okay. This is a good story because I think I somehow discovered some sort of portal to another dimension. Because I remember,
Dimension X.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it's called.
remember I had a Leonardo figure with the swords. And I was really upset one day because it fell at the back of my cupboard, my chest of drawers. And I was quite I couldn't reach it. I was like, Dad, my turtle's falling down. And they said, we haven't got time to get it. I had to go to school. And I came back. I said, could you get my turtle back? It just disappeared.
No.
Forever. And no one knew what happened.
What?
And I kept moving stuff. Maybe it was a different... So honestly, I don't know what happened. This is at Edgar Road, I think.
So it just disappeared.
It's probably in some sort of bit of loft
I
insulation.
don't know where it is.
Wow.
A bit of
Oh, you never found him?
No, I never. It was just went forever. Weird, eh?
That's weird.
So I think at the back of 29 Edgar Road in Croydon,
Somewhere in the wall or something. There's a Leonardo.
This poor person who lives now at that address is just going to get besieged by these gold hunters looking for this really rare Turtles figure.
I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared.
Yeah, you're a billionaire.
You've signed someone's death warrant.
Story no need, isn't it?
It was a good story.
Disappearing turtle. So what was the original lineup? Of course, it was the 4 turtles.
Yep.
Of course it was. But you also had Splinter,
And Shredder.
Shredder, and a foot soldier.
Soldier. Yep.
So I know someone who had some of these toys, or has some of these toys. It's just a theme appearing. We'll come back to that. And hey, exclusive. He might even do a pod on it.
Maybe.
So maybe that'll happen. Watch the space. So following the initial success, phrases like cowabunga, heroes in a half shell, turtle power all became very familiar. So familiar, in fact, that a movie was penned shortly after and released in 1990 with an awesome title song by Partners in Crime.
Oh yeah.
And interesting fact, I had this on a 1990 greatest hits cassette, right? And I got for my birthday, I think it was, a little boombox type thing with like a dual cassette. I literally played that greatest hits thing and that song because it was the first one on tape 2, I think.
Yeah.
I played it till it snapped. The tape snapped. It wore out so much that I actually snapped the tape.
Brilliant.
So there we go. That was the year. That was a good year.
Oh yes.
So we move on, although staying in the kind of sci-fi-ish crucible for a toy that really could have been released years earlier, given the massive success of a certain 1984 film about ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's Ghostbusters. Now, despite the box office movie smash in 1984, anything toy-related didn't actually appear on the shelves until 87.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange, to be fair. We were just talking. That's undone my theory about appearing straight away, isn't it? But it just didn't. So peak success for the toys were in 88 and 89. Now, the release of the figures by toy company Kenner featured the 4 Ghostbusters, some ghost figures and accessories, and even had a plush Mr. Stay Puft. But the reason it got so big is because it also coincided with the airing of the Real
Ghostbusters cartoon, yeah.
which was a kids' TV show following the exploits of our favourite Proton Pack wearers, Ray, Peter, Winston, and Egon.
That's where my love for, that is where my love for Ghostbusters comes. Because if you think about it, we were, sorry, I'm going to date the pod. We were 2 years old when that film came out. 2, and obviously, even though we've all watched it loads and we all love it, without the cartoon, maybe. All right, James is 3 years old. But without the cartoon and the toys, maybe I wouldn't be such. Yeah, maybe we wouldn't be such big fans of it.
I honestly believe, because I remember watching that show religiously.
Yeah,
and I didn't really appreciate, obviously, the films until a lot later.
Exactly, yeah.
Obvious reasons, still so young. But the cartoon was like a proper after kind of, playgroup or school or whatever we were doing at the time, kind of real staple.
Yeah,
and I remember it being really scary as well. Like it was quite.
Yeah, no, it was. Some of the
monsters.
Yeah, some of the monsters were quite disturbing, and it was cool as well because it was tied directly, like at the end of the cartoon, they played the Ghostbusters theme.
Yeah,
so it really was like tied to the film.
It's a great cartoon, and it just drove interest massively.
Yeah,
because it was so accessible. I had a few of these at the time. They were really cool, as we just said. Movable bodies, and they also came out later with like moving heads, and they had
I don't know
adaptations as well.
The Proton Packs, they had these like twirly bits of plastic, really thin twirly bits of plastic.
That's right.
There were different colours for each Ghostbuster, and you just had a little thing, and it would rotate it to be like the proton beam. But they snapped. They snapped really easily.
Yeah, I did have a Peter Venkman.
Yeah,
Peter Venkman. When you pushed his arms down and his eyes popped out.
Yeah,
yeah. So later on, they came out. This was I think it is really weird because I've got a Christmas video of like 1991, and my eldest cousin.
I think I've still got an Egon that does that as well.
They had a range.
Yeah. But they did a whole range of them where they pulled like scary faces when you pulled them in. But I actually had I know I sound like such a spoilt brat. I had the fire station.
Ooh. You had the.
I had the fire station and the tub. So you had the tub of ooze, and you pour it through the grates, and it would drip through.
How did you recollect the ooze?
It was a messy business. It was, and you had to make sure you shut the tub properly, otherwise the stuff dried out.
Funny story about that. One of my mates from primary school had one of those.
Yeah.
I was like round his house, and we're like getting me to play it and there, and then opened up the ooze, loads of dog hair, and he had 2 big dogs, and they were just like full of dog hair and ooze. I'm like, I'm okay.
That's kind of gross.
Let's not do the ooze.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know where I was now. You've thrown me off completely. But they had zappers, proton packs, ghost traps, all the kit to go with it.
I always wanted the proton pack and the thing. My cousin had it. Yeah, I've actually got a picture on my phone of me with it. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, I was always wanted one of those, but never got one. So I have looked on eBay. They're a bit expensive. It's just a lump of, it doesn't do anything. It's just a lump of plastic. But I want it.
The memories.
Exactly.
Keith
I
wants
want it.
dream present proton pack. But no, good times. And those of us that didn't have the fire station, Keith, good times setting up a pretend restaurant scene from the film and then proceeding to destroy it to snag slime. I was going to say, I know someone that's got some of these toys.
I've only got a couple of the Ghostbusters ones at the moment. It's something that I want to, because they have reissued them all though. You can buy the figures, the original figures, and Ecto One, Mr. Slimer, Mr. Stay Puft.
Definitely. Well, there's that little retro shop which is called, I think, Back to the Future Records. I think it is in Edenbridge. He actually has an original Ecto One on the show, and it's not for sale, obviously. But yeah, so. We've got to get moving on to the last years of the 80s, and we just couldn't seem to shake those damn Transformers, could we? So a brand new line appeared in 89 called Micromasters. Did you remember those? Micromasters, anyone?
Micromasters.
Yeah, I love the shorts. They were all of your favourite Autobots and Decepticons, but they were shrunk down to a little collectible size.
I remember the Headmasters, but we'll come on to that maybe at some point.
So another big hit, essentially, and obviously, easy to put in stockings and very collectible. Got to have the whole set, that whole thing, and obviously Transformers being Transformers, they had loads to collect, didn't they? Yeah, but yeah, further sort of got the brand's foothold on the marketplace, and the kids' interest still really high. And still to this day, with obviously the movies and things like that, the other movies that are kind of medical based up, the figures are still pretty popular. And who doesn't find Optimus Prime cool?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly.
There you go.
People who suck.
People that think Teddy Ruxpin is cool, they're the people.
James, do you want to have a go at describing that picture of me?
Okay, well,
with that. So that's me with my cousin's proton pack.
So Keith's handed me his phone, and I mean, first things first, how anyone heard you over those shorts?
That was like a matching set of Dennis the Menace t-shirt and shorts.
I mean, that's a strong look. That's incredible. I mean, I think that set was powering the proton pack, wasn't it? But Keith's got what appears to be a salmon-coloured cap on as well, which is fantastic. And he's got this proton pack with the sort of yellow hose down by his waist, the backpack, the blue kind of.
So that was at my cousin's house, yeah.
And this is incredible.
It must have been about 1988. 89.
Whether we actually show you this picture is subject to approval from said Keith, but this is incredible. Great memory. And he still wants one. So
I still want one.
So
someone
any donations to the Keith Barlow Proton Fund are graciously received. So Transformers though. We talk about Ghostbusters for Transformers, though.
Come on.
No, but the very last Christmas of that decade, though, belonged to two absolute must-haves, which dominated...
Christmas 89?
Yes. They dominated catalogue space for weeks.
I think I know what it is.
Go on.
Micro Machines.
Oh, Adrian, Micro Machines. No. They were popular.
I used to really like Ring Raiders.
Yes! Ring Raiders! You remember the Ring Raiders?
Yes. Before I got into video games, I was into Ring Raiders.
Keith's now, we're approaching fever pitch, and we haven't even done the first half of the pod. This is
tell people not everyone. If you remember what Micro Machines are, you may not remember Ring Raiders.
So Ring Raiders were like the plain version of Micro Machines.
Yeah,
but you wore a ring, and there was a little
clear
plastic which clicked from the ring to the little plane, and you could run around the house basically pretending.
Mate, they were elite.
Yeah, I had the little big aircraft carrier thing. I got that for Christmas '89, and that's why it's there.
See, I feel like no one ever talks about them. Everyone remembers Micro Machines, but no one talks about Ring Raiders.
I was thinking you were going to mention it because I did have a nod. I've got a nod. Yeah, but you've already mentioned it.
That game that was just a steering wheel and a little thing.
Oh yeah,
drove the car. It did like the lights thing.
Yes, I definitely had that as well. The little Tommy thing.
Crunch, 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 and then it went like that one. On that one as well.
I just your description.
I'm sure I've put someone online who's like modded one of those so that it plays Outrun in the screen. I'm sure I've seen that. Someone's modded one of those online with Outrun on it. Yeah.
Yep, they've done that. Yep.
Amazing.
Madness. Back in the room, chaps. Back in the room. I love this though. This is good. This is what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Fueled by nostalgia.
Yeah.
So we said 2 absolutely unstoppable forces in the Christmas of '89. The first, and off the back of a blockbuster Tim Burton release, everyone all of a sudden wanted to be a bat.
Yeah.
Not literally, of course, but certainly in the superhero sense. Batmobile. Yes, it was. We've got Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson's on-screen shenanigans as Batman and the Joker. Wrapped us up in a frenzy of comic.
Still the coolest Batmobile ever. Yeah. Still the coolest Batmobile by far. Oh my god.
Movie. I was.
No, not me. It wasn't. And we were only like 7 when it came out.
The Joker became the Joker. Oh man, I will always remember that when the Joker became the Joker.
That is horrifying. The way they did that, and I'm telling you now, I'm going to put my tuppence out there. Best Joker by a country.
I love. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong.
I agree.
Heath Ledger, brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without question, absolutely brilliant.
I love Jack
Took it in a new
Nicholson's
direction.
Joker. It's brilliant.
Nothing gets me as much as that unhinged craziness of Nicholson.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Never.
Yeah.
Were you not a big Cesar Romero fan? Cesar Romero was from the...
Oh, he's great as well. Yeah, the 60s TV show. Yeah.
Out of all of them, because they all did it in their own way.
That's what.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
But I
yeah,
just
cool, amazing.
Yeah, the Jack Nicholson for me.
Just a different take on it. You know?
Yeah, it just, to me, it's that piece of the puzzle that slots so nicely into what I think the Joker should be. Do you know what I mean?
Because we grew up with it.
Maybe, I don't know, but I've even come back to it since, having watched a lot of the other iterations and been tried to be completely, and I just find his unhinged, like, it's almost as if he's, I don't know, it gives me chills. It just gives me
really
chills.
quickly, without diving into it, I think that's why Tim Burton was so great for that film.
Yeah.
Because it's that mix of like the quirky weirdness of like Tim Burton and also the darkness of it.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
And even,
it's great.
Literally, the film is dark as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, Batman was essentially...
It was everywhere, wasn't it? Just everywhere you looked, you saw the logo.
Yeah.
But
I mean, original Batman toys had already been somewhat popular in the 60s and 70s, of course, the original stuff. And I mean, what the cost of an original Batman toy, Batmobile toy now is insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're massively collectible.
Yeah. One of the hottest. But also, of course, alongside the hit TV show. But it wasn't until '89 and via a toy company, Toy Biz, that things really took off for the man in the Batsuit. The first set of toys were, of course, the Batman and Joker figures, but also the Batmobile, which, let's be honest, was cool as hell. And even a full Batcave playset for 40 quid to really complete.
Sounds like a bargain.
Setup. Yeah, it does.
It doesn't sound bad, that. When you're talking Alf costs, how much was it? 70 quid? I'd rather have a Batcave, to be honest.
There you go, Batcave. Or even a Ghostbusters.
Or Ghostbusters Fire Station.
There we
Thanks,
go.
Mum and Dad.
I mean, I've not been the hugest of Batman fans, to be fair, over the years.
Yeah,
I've kind of adored.
We've had our discussions.
I've adored other superheroes. But hey, I've got to admit, Michael Keaton, for me, best Batman, coolest Batmobile, and the best Joker. Sorry, I said it. There we go. Come on, bro. So 1989 almost closed out with Sylvanian Families, Turtles, Ghostbusters, and Batman being the biggest sellers of that year, had it not been for one small little handheld device that sold 40,000 units on its first day.
You're not going to talk about video games again.
And over 1 million in its first 3 weeks. I have to, guys.
I know.
Now, interestingly enough, if you obviously if you sort of collect up the totals of the other toys, they maraud over the games console stuff because they were so wildly popular. Yeah. But as a standalone, yes, of course, it's a console. Yes, I'm supposed to be talking about retro toys, but damn it, I'm going to mention the Game Boy. Of course I am. US release 31st of July 89, very quickly becoming a Christmas do or die must have for those able to buy one at the time. And the asking price, $90. Or in today's money, $228. So some say pricey, but it was backed by a $20 million ad campaign, and the vast majority of the first Game Boy sold came bundled with Tetris to make it a universal young and old family purchase. So such was the demand, most retailers in the US struggled to keep the unit in stock that Christmas, meaning many had to go without. So it simply increased the demand for the following year. Total Game Boy sales, including its variants, 118 million units.
That's crazy. It's up there, isn't it?
Tetris, the highest selling video game of all time at 30 million units of the day. Yeah. So this is where we look at where we sort of like closing out the decade. and actually where I'm going to shortly leave you until the next time. But before we do that, we need to look at some of the other classic toys from the period, because I said I'd do a quick one.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys can chip in as well. G.I. Joe, we mentioned. Now, the interesting note on this one, 1964 release.
Crazy.
Actually had a peak and a revival in 1982, funnily enough. Yeah. I don't quite know why. I sort of tried to look this up.
I don't know.
Maybe. I tried to look
There's
this up.
politics on the show.
Don't talk about politics among friends.
That's just a thing that happened in time. That's
Yes.
But yeah, so the brand was actually revived by Hasbro. But yeah, the revival, I don't quite know what that looked like. Netted them an absolutely massive amount of sales onwards from 82. There was something called a Speak and Spell,
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
featured, of course, in Toy Story. I might come back to that in a bit. And that was released 78, but it peaked early 80s. So
still
again,
keep going. Like,
yeah.
I didn't get a Game Boy until 91.
There you go.
That was still like
oh,
a hot Christmas thing to have for many
hot potato.
potatoes.
Hot
Yeah.
potato. Adrian, Micro Machines.
Yeah.
Actually, 1986 release,
Mm.
believe it or not, by Galoob.
Galoob, yeah.
1986. Now, I genuinely thought much later than that, but 86. And then wildly popular, of course, well into the 90s. Pogo Ball. And remember a Pogo Ball?
Is it just
a ball.
Just one of these.
And then
just a
Pogo
bouncy ball?
So, it
Oh,
was-
wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Come on.
Is it the ball with like so it looks like Saturn,
Yes.
and it's got like
You
a
got
big
it.
plastic ring around your
jump on
outside.
it, you
You're
jump
supposed, but it didn't. Could you ever go anywhere on it?
No, we didn't.
Because your feet just come off, which you're trying to hop. You're trying to grip the ball with your insides, like your insole, your instep, sorry, and hop on it.
We just fall in your face though.
Well, that's basically what I did. James, and you just do any better than I did?
I hurt myself badly. I saw one of my friends actually, and I tried to do what you did, and I was like, oh, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was so fed up with it. I was like, it doesn't work. I was like, oh, it's amazing. Oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like, no, do this. And they were like they literally locked their kind of insteps together.
Yeah.
Around where the ball, it's really weird to, like the Saturn's ring.
Yeah.
Kind of cinched the ball in a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then you put your feet in there, and then you grip it and jump.
I
I tried to do it, and then
right.
it falling over.
I never got it right, but yeah, I definitely got that. Whether it was Christmas or not, I don't know, but I did have one.
I mean, it was great when I got it, but I could.
It was probably still safer than a pogo stick, which seems to be like one of the most dangerous toys.
Oh my god! I mean, bearing in mind the pogo ball. Funnily enough, you mentioned pogo sticks. It was around for a decade, long before that. Pogo ball was out in '69.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't actually. Its peak was the mid '80s.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, you think of it as a very '80s toy.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it looked
100%.
So '80s. I know it sounds daft.
Was your one black with the ring bit black plastic and the red ball?
No, I had like mine were weird colour. I had
Oh, really?
a purple ball with a yellow ring. Or something,
so there
yeah.
must have been
like a
different
rainbow.
variants. Yeah.
Again by good old Hasbro.
Yeah.
Do anyone remember the glowworm?
Yeah.
Highly popular again, mid 80s, released in 82. So again, not immediately successful, but they were.
And there's glow
massive
fuzz
positive.
things as well that came in their little pouches. Do you remember them?
Correct.
And they were like, yeah.
My wife Carolyn actually reminded me of this one because she had one called the Keeper's Snail. Anyone remember it?
Yes. My sister 100% had one of those. Yeah.
I love this.
So
it was exactly
So
what I
if you remember, like My Little Pony, and they had like the real hair or whatever, so it was like a snail. The snail toy bit was kind of like that, but then it had a big plastic shell, and you put a key in it, and it unlocked it, and you could. I don't know what was inside it, but my sister definitely had one. It definitely wasn't mine. It was definitely my sister's. Yes, but I do remember it. Yeah.
But yeah, so my wife had one. It's made by Tonka, funnily enough.
Okay.
Of big trad rash truck and dumper fame. Yeah. But yeah, 1985 release. Again, very popular.
Wow.
Yeah, you had a little lock and key, open the thing, put your bits and pieces inside, and kids loved it apparently. Anyone remember Muscle Men?
Yes.
Muscle Men
The
figures.
little pink rubber guys. Yeah.
Keepers on fire.
This is my.
This is I'm literally me and Keith are vibing here on all these old
also
things.
clearly spoilt beyond.
Oh no, I had a few. I mean, I didn't have the.
No, but the Muscle Men, they were only little, so I think they weren't expensive. So like, it was like a little.
They came in little.
thing.
I think they were like little cups, like little little tubs, if you were, little kind of plastic.
Yeah.
And you could get different versions, but because it was like such a simple kind of almost like a skin coloured
They're all the same colour. Yeah.
They did hundreds. They were literally hundreds. And I remember at school, we used to like trade them, and there was like rare ones, and like an identifier number on the foot, I think.
Yeah. Because there was one, I don't know if you're going to mention it a bit later. I don't know. Was it called Monster in My Pocket?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
But they were similar, weren't they? And they were different colours, but they were rubber, and they were about the same size as those Muscle Men.
Came from.
Yeah, I love those.
They spawned, different. And because Muscle Men originally were the sort of skin tan colour, they then went on to produce different coloured ones and stuff, and it was in my pocket. But do you know what it stood for?
Oh, what muscle?
Yeah.
Go on.
Millions of unusual, seriously cool little eaters.
That's wicked. I like that. They didn't really need to go to the effort of coming up with an acronym, but they did anyway.
Just that Muscle Men, released in '85 by Mattel, again became one of those like unusual successes because they were so small, they're accessible, stocking fillers, etc.
Yeah.
So, any more before I swing the door shut on the 80s?
I mean, how long have you got?
80s.
You've got some minutes.
Mask.
We what I am going to do.
Okay.
What I am going to do.
So
I knew that was already.
Go on. Yeah.
What I am going to do is towards the end of the second.
Yeah.
So you have to stay tuned for the second part, ladies.
Oh, see, we're teasing you. We're teasing you.
I am going to do a nice bumper list of stuff we haven't mentioned, and we can go now.
All right. I can free you to move on then. I will keep my powder dry.
Otherwise, we will be here.
We're just
forever.
We tease the listeners with a bit of mask.
Mask is a good shout.
Mask. We might talk about mask. Oh, maybe you have to find out.
So there we have it, chaps. A flyby at the moment. We will come back to some more mentions, but a flyby of some of the biggest and best toys from the good old 80s, where naturally our next step would be into the brave new world of the 90s. But for this episode, at least, that's where we're going to have to leave it just for now. So what you're going to have to do is tune in next time, next week even. Hey,
Next week, guys.
next week. You've only got 7 days to
This is
wait.
what we're doing for you now.
Where we're going to continue our nostalgic trip down toy lane into the 90s. So, till next time, much love.
Hey.